Hi, Jerry with BoaterInput. You know, I recently swapped out my old trolling motor for this new Lowrance Ghost X, and I can tell you it's already changed how I fish. After using it for about a month, I will tell you what I love about it, my one disappointment, and whether I'd buy it once again. Now, I'm certainly no professional angler, just an average fisherman who's owned many boats, and I'm fortunate enough to get out in the water about 50 times a year. I'm also not sponsored by anyone and purchased this with my own money. So what I'm about to share with you is my honest and unbiased opinion. So let me start by telling you what Ghost X is in case you're not already familiar. The Lowrance Ghost X is the next generation of trolling motors from Lowrance, and it was introduced in the summer of 2025. It addressed some of the deficiencies of the original model, but it also provides some additional benefits, which I will discuss in just a little bit. Now, at the time of this video in early 2026, it is currently available in a 47-inch shaft length, which is suitable for bass boats and Mod V aluminum fishing boats. But if you have a deep V, you will likely need a longer 52-inch or 60-inch shaft length, which Lowrance currently offers in the original Ghost model, just not the Ghost X. Now, there are a lot of quality trolling motors on the market today, so why did I happen to choose the Lowrance Ghost X? Well, one of the key reasons for me anyway was the ability to integrate with my existing electronics. You see, the Ghost X is compatible with the Lowrance HGS Pro, HGS Live, HGS Carbon, and Elite FS fish finders. And since I have an HGS Live and an HGS Pro, I'm able to take full advantage of the integrated transducer, which I will discuss in just a little bit. Now, let's talk about what's different. Lowrance currently offers both the original Ghost as well as the new Ghost X. So this begs the question, what's different or what has changed with the new model? Not surprisingly, one of the key things that has changed, of course, is the price. The MSRP for the Ghost X is currently at $38.99, which is $700 higher than the original Ghost in the same 47-inch shaft length. So, what do you get for that extra 700 clams? Well, there are four main improvements. The first is that they now have a gear-driven directional indicator on the motor that precisely shows you where the motor is pointing. The previous version used a magnetic pointer, which was unreliable and a big source of customer frustration. Now, the second improvement is that they redesigned the lower unit to deliver 20% more thrust, and it's also quieter than before, although it's not clear how much quieter it actually is. And the third key change is that the Ghost X now comes standard with the active imaging 3-in-1 nose cone. And to me, this is a big deal. This gives you the ability to get side scan in addition to 2D sonar and down imaging at the bow of the boat, which I find very helpful when I'm trying to pinpoint a brush pile or other target from the bow. Now, the original came with the HDI transducer, which gave you just 2D and down imaging, but not the side scan. And the final change is that the Lowrance redesigned the lower unit housing to help reduce the chances of weeds or fishing line getting tangled in the prop. Now, I've had the Ghost X for nearly a month now and have used it pretty extensively during that time. So what I'd like to do now is give you my initial impressions based on my usage to date in case you're contemplating upgrading your trolling motor. Well, so let's start with the build quality. Now, my son-in-law and I installed this trolling motor on my boat, and so I got pretty familiar with all the parts. And one of the first things you'll note is that the mounting bracket on this thing is extremely heavy duty, extremely beefy, and unlikely to ever fail. I also appreciate the fact that they use a steel cord, not some stinking rope for the pull cord. So hopefully that won't fray anytime soon. Now, another thing I like about this design is that the head remains stationary even when you're turning the motor. And you don't have any cables running down the side of the shaft, that could get, pinched or frayed. So you can see that the shaft here, there's no cables on it. The only cables that you see are the ones that are going from the head unit down to the power supply. Now let's talk about stowing and deploying the trolling motor. Like other premium trolling motors, this one has a lift assist piston that makes it fairly easy to raise and lower the motor. So you can easily do this with one hand. And you can see that the piston right there. And it makes it easy to lower the motor down with very little effort so that you're not making a lot of noise. Plus, it has a smart little feature where the lower unit will automatically pivot to the proper position when you go to stow it, like you see right here. Now, this might sound insignificant, but I find it to be a very nice convenience because it allows me to place both feet on the deck of my boat when raising the trolling motor. I don't need to balance on one foot while moving the foot pedal with the other to stow the motor in the proper position. Next is ease of steering. My previous trolling motor was a cable steer, whereas the Ghost series of trolling motors are fly-by-wire. Now, I can tell you that there was zero learning curve with this new trolling motor. And the pedal feels very natural and responsive with just the right amount of resistance, in my opinion. Too little resistance and you could accidentally throw yourself out of the boat on a rapid turn, and too much can make it hard to steer. But this foot pedal felt just right and was very easy to maneuver. Now, the actuator on the Ghost trolling motor, the Ghost X trolling motors, is on the left side of the foot pedal by default, but you could easily move it to the right side if you prefer, although I just left it where it was. Now let's talk about the power. The original Ghost trolling motor was already very powerful because of its brushless design, but they even took it that up a notch with the redesigned lower unit to give the Ghost X 20% more thrust than the previous. Okay, so just to kind of show you the speed of this trolling motor, I've currently got it in spot lock. I've got the trolling motor set to high, and then I've also got the speed over ground indicated on my fish finder down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of anchor mode here in a second. We'll do a sprint in this bay. I'm kind of tucked out of the wind a little bit to give us a true read. So here we go. Okay. Accelerating now. Full speed ahead. Currently about 1.5 miles an hour. 2. 2.5. Just to give you an idea how moving at a pretty good clip across the shore. And we're just a little bit over 3, and that's about as fast as she'll go. And so anyway, I find that to be, as you notice, it's pretty quiet, and that speed is really good when I'm wanting to move from dock to dock. Now, with all that power, you might assume that it would drain your batteries fairly quickly, but you would be mistaken. Brushless motors are naturally more efficient than brushed models, and I've been pleasantly surprised with the efficiency of the Ghost X. When I go fishing, I'm pretty hardcore and I'm usually out for 9 or 10 hours at a time. And so I'm really giving it a workout. However, the power has held up each time so far that I've taken it out. Now, another great feature of the Ghost X trolling motor series is that you can run them with either 24 volts or 36 volts. And I currently have a 24 volt system. But if you have a larger boat or simply want to go longer between charges, you could simply add another battery and be good to go. Just to give you a sense of the quietness of this trolling motor, I'm running straight ahead at about 2 miles an hour. Motor is very quiet. However, when you go to turn, you do hear a little bit of noise when it's actuating the lower unit. So hopefully you can hear that. It's not very loud. Should not spook the fish unless you're in really close proximity. But so for the most part, it is very quiet. And again, that's just another advantage too of a brushless design. Finally, let's talk about the spot lock or anchor mode functionality of the Ghost X. Probably the main reason for getting a trolling motor like this is the ability to hold a specific position regardless of wind or current. And so far, I have found the Ghost X to be very good at holding a precise spot with minimum drifting. So let me show you how well it works. Okay, so to test the precision of the anchor mode on this trolling motor, I've set it up. I've tied this tape measure to this post 9 feet away, and I'm going to let it run for about 3 minutes, and we'll see how far it travels off of that spot. Okay, so right now it's going to be hard to see in the tape measure, but I'll tell you how it's doing. It's currently still holding it about 9 feet away where I originally set it. Now we've got a pretty good wind today, probably about 10-mile-an-hour wind. And so we've got a good cross breeze to test this with. Okay, so it's gone plus or minus 3 feet. I started off at 9, it went as close to 6 and as far as 12, so plus or minus 3 feet is the the accuracy on the anchor mode in this little demo. Pretty much what I've experienced in the lake too. It's pretty precise in most cases. Now there's one pretty cool bonus feature with the Lowrance Ghost X trolling motor that I think that a lot of people are not familiar with. If you have one of the compatible fish finders like the HGS Pro, HGS Live, Carbon, Elite FS, you can get 360 imaging on your fish finder without buying anything extra. You have to change a setting in your fish finder to enable 360 imaging, but once you do that, then you can have it displayed. So let me show you how that works. What you do is, if you have it enabled, you just go to your normal settings, you pick 360 scan. Be a little bit hard to see, and then you click the scan button, and then what it's going to start to do is a sweep, which you can see here. Sorry, I've got a lot of glare. I'm going to try to get out of the way. You can see it doing a sweep. What it's actually doing is that the transducer is spinning up there very slowly. Okay, and it's creating this image. So that's pretty cool, and I have used this at times to pinpoint rock piles or brush piles, that kind of thing. But it has one major limitation, and that is if once you're in spot lock, it no longer works because that head now needs to, the spot lock is taking control of that head. It's no longer free to spin around like it was beforehand. So that feature is great, but it's very limited in its use. It's not very handy on days like today where you have much wind because your target will drift away from you shortly after you create the image. But it is kind of a cool feature nonetheless. Now, while I absolutely love this trolling motor so far, I do have one fairly minor disappointment. In order for the spot lock to work on the Ghost X, it comes with this TMC or trolling motor compass that you can see down here. Now, I was hoping I could connect this to my NEMA 2000 network so I could use it as a heading sensor on my graphs, because in case you don't know, your graphs will spin when you're stationary without a heading sensor. And so, you need to install something called a Lowrance 0.1 or put your graphs in north up mode, which is not very intuitive, to keep the graph from spinning. So without this, it's fairly difficult to hit a target that you've marked because the brush pile that you marked may be spinning around you on your graph and you don't know exactly where to cast. So to keep this from happening, you still need to add a separate Lowrance 0.1 puck to your network, which will cost a little over $300 extra. So you need to have not only the trolling motor compass that you see here that looks like a 0.1, you actually have to add a separate 0.1 puck. Seems to me that Lowrance could have easily used something like that 0.1 instead of the more limited trolling motor compass to save that extra expense and installation. So there you have my initial assessment of the new Ghost X trolling motor. I absolutely love this trolling motor and would definitely purchase it again based on my initial experience. Now, if you're considering upgrading your trolling motor, should you consider a Ghost X? Well, I would say that if you have a bass boat or aluminum mod V with the compatible Lowrance electronics that I mentioned earlier, then I would say you would be very happy with the performance and functionality of this trolling motor. For me, just having that side scan at the bow in itself is a huge benefit. But my only caveat is that the reliability is still an unknown. You see, obviously, Minn Kota has been building this type of trolling motor for a long period of time and have had many opportunities to get the kinks out. Whether, Lowrance has caught up and have also figured that stuff out remains to be seen. And so I plan to do another video in a year or so to update you on its reliability. However, at present, I am absolutely thrilled with the features and performance of the Ghost X, and it has definitely helped me put more fish in the boat already. But I'd like to hear what you think. Does this sound like something that you would want on your boat, or do you favor some other brand? Let me know in your thoughts in the comments section down below. And if you liked this video and found it helpful, do me a favor and click on that like button. Also be sure to subscribe to my channel to get my weekly tips and insights to help you purchase, equip, and maintain your boat. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the water.